So we finally have some news about what's going to happen in the Boruto anime regarding the Jigen, Naruto, and Sasuke fight. So around episode 203 is when that fight's going to be happening, and I kind of want to talk about it and sort of talk about upcoming expectations for that fight. So mostly the main issue with this fight is kind of like the pacing that the story's going and sort of the animation expectations that people are going to want to see. Now, a lot of people may have not been satisfied with the recent, Naruto versus Delta fight. I personally didn't see any issues with that fight, considering that fight was like, I think 2 or 3 chapters long. Considering that this fight is a little bit shorter than the Boro fight, I think that this is going to be animated quite well. Now, if you're expecting it to be like, episode 65 or episode 189 animation, then I say that's a pretty good range to kind of gauge this at, considering how fast this fight was, and I think it was only like 1 chapter. So considering the stakes that were in this fight, I think if you do have someone like medium to high expectations, then I wouldn't be surprised. But I think it's also important to keep your expectations somewhat low for this fight. This fight is pretty crazy, and they kind of go all out. Naruto and Sasuke kind of use everything in their arsenal, and it just kind of shows how Jigen is just shutting down every possible option that's thrown at them. This fight is really like the Kickstarter for a lot of the other events that have been going on in the story. Really, Naruto versus Delta, I say, was a Kickstarter, but there are some other events that are going to go on after this, and I think now that we have confirmed that this fight is going on, I think that they're going to be very selective with their budget. Now, if they do Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, there's a whole bunch of other things that they got to do after this. They got to do the Boro fight, which is, oh my god, that was so long. They got to do the Kashin Koji fight. They got to do a whole bunch of other things as well. So some of these other fights, like I think the Boro fights, I think it's going to look a lot like the Naruto and Delta fight, where it's not necessarily animated like 65 or 189, but still good, decent animation. Or you might even get something similar to like the animation when Ao came in and Boruto versus Ao, something like that. But the anime is kind of going kind of fast, so I'm a little worried, I guess to say. I mean, I expect it to kind of just pan out. I do think that they need to add some little more buffer later on in the story to kind of give room for the manga to at least get ahead more. The anime has a lot of liberties, and they can sort of develop more anime content and give us backstories and everything like that. And one of my main issues, I made a video about this, one of my main issues was the whole Jigen thing and who he is, and I really wanted more backstory and I wanted more development for the character, because it felt like he was sort of bland. The character didn't really have much to him. Just wanted to, get the tree or whatever. But, I think this is the perfect opportunity to actually give some more background information and give us some more development, so we're not left confused. We have this liberty. So even if the anime is sort of catching up to the manga, I think that with the pacing that they're going, they can definitely add in some more stuff so the manga can continue to stay ahead. And the manga is monthly, so there's probably gonna be some buffer anyway to prevent that. I couldn't imagine the Boruto manga actually being behind the anime. There's no way I can see that happening, at least right now. I think the way things are developing, the manga is just too far ahead. I think we're on like manga chapter 30 something. Currently we just hit like 58, so if you kind of think about it that way, we're like about 2 years ahead, I want to say, or maybe 1 year and some change, something like that. But yeah, adding in some stuff would definitely help to pace it so we don't move into things too fast. And considering that a lot of the stuff in this arc, like when Delta comes in, then Jigen comes in, and then Boro comes in, and then Kashin Koji comes in, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this 1 week regarding all the fights that are going on. So there is a lot of stuff that is going on. I definitely do think that a lot of these fights after this are not going to be super well animated unless they're like really important or anything like that. But just know that the fight is most likely going to be good, but then expect some decent quality Naruto versus Delta, which Naruto versus Delta quality maybe, or even higher for some of the other major fights that are coming up later on. So those are really my expectations for it. Definitely, I want to say keep low expectations, but keep reasonable expectations. Let's say that. Let's say keep reasonable expectations for this upcoming arc, this upcoming fight. Very excited that Naruto vs Jigen is starting. Didn't think it was going to be this soon, but I recently heard there's gonna be some training arc with Sarada potentially coming up, so that'll be very interesting. But yeah, it's gonna be very exciting. I'm kind of hopeful for the future, and man, the Boruto anime is slowly ramping up. We're getting a lot more manga content. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. You think the anime is going a little bit too fast with, you know, the Jigen fight already happening? Or do you think we should slow down a little bit, add some more content, and get some buffers? But anyways, hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord. And I will see you guys later. Peace.
So.